Mack was a tiny tot. He was 2 pounds, 12 ounces, 14 inches long, got down to below 2 pounds in the NICU. He had severe HDN, hemolytic disease in the newborn. That means his blood type was A positive, my blood type was A negative. My blood fought against his. Our blood types were not compatible. They gave him a 1% chance of survival. So before he was born in the belly, we traveled to St. Louis and he had 14 blood transfusions because he was anemic. He was born at 27 weeks. He was in the NICU for 84 days. Then we were referred to St. Jude because he was a hematology baby. In October, Mack required a blood transfusion to save his life because he was super anemic and the blood center had no blood. He requires super special blood. They were out. I posted on Facebook just urging, begging people, if you guys have O negative blood, please come donate, see if we can help Mack. Like, he was on his absolute deathbed. So Michelle actually reached out to me and said, how can we help? I can't give you blood, but I can give you support. What can we do? And that's how that relationship formed. Mack's last blood transfusion was October 17th, 2015. We didn't know that was gonna be the last one, but that's the one where he really fought for his life. And within a week, Michelle had reached out and she's like, we're doing a family session. Like, I'll meet you at the park. Like, we're doing this next week. Her tenacity and her Michelle, you know exactly what I'm saying. She was like, no, like this, you need this. Like, this is something that's gonna be super helpful. I was like, yes, of course, I want to do that. So we did get to do kind of a celebration of the end of that with Mack. They did not just love Mack, the sick baby. They loved on Serenity and Braxton and me, and that's something you don't get a lot of love for the other, the family. You see a lot of support with just the child. And, they made sure that Serenity and Braxton had things that they wanted. I was able to provide their needs, but they were like, no, let's make them happy. Let's put a smile on their face. Like, they go through so much being the siblings, and Mack being in the spotlight per se, that mom has to focus on Mack. How can we help your other kids? So as much as they have helped provide for Mack and give us resources, they really went above and beyond to really help with my other kids. Whatever resources they could give them of, books or friendship or just anything they could do to help them. I actually had a little girl prior to him that was born at 24 weeks, stillborn, with the same diagnosis. My daughter was giving a 0% chance to live. They said, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. We don't have the resources here. We don't have doctors around this area that are willing to accept you as a patient. They pretty much said, go home. Like, we'll see you as if it's a normal pregnancy and just hope she, makes it to an age where she can be born early or not alive. And that was that. It was very, very surreal. We didn't tell a lot of people we were pregnant with her at all. I think maybe 5 or 6 people knew the entire pregnancy because it was hard to really, really accept the fact that we might not be bringing a child home. So, whenever we got pregnant with Mack, it was, no, this is not, no, don't tell us no. I'm not taking no for an answer. We were never given the opportunity to grieve her. I woke up the morning that she passed away and just didn't feel her move. Then I was in the hospital for 40 hours delivering her. The only pictures, I have 15 pictures of her that I took from an iPhone that the quality's terrible. And you walk out of the hospital with a memory box that they give you, a hand foot, a footprint. You don't get a death certificate or a birth certificate. And to have had those services would have meant everything to myself, to her father, to, Mack and the older kids, just for remembrance of she was alive in our hearts, though she might not have got to come home with us. I would have given anything to just have something special, professional. As a mother, I wasn't able to give her life. So being able to at least give her a better memory would have been helpful for my heart as well. I have found family in Angel's Wings. It's not just, hey, how can we help? I deal directly with Michelle. She's been my contact. And from day one, she has given herself to my family. She is there at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, no matter what she's doing. It's not just let's take pictures for you. And that alone is incredible. We're so lucky that Mack has moved past this stage of he might not make it. They told us he would never walk, he would never stand, he would never speak. He was without oxygen in his brain due to such low hemoglobin that he's gonna have failure to thrive his entire life. Now we do, he is on the ASD spectrum. He does have very, very high functioning autism. But beyond that, he's the funniest child you've ever met in your entire life. He is witty, he is sarcastic, he is a fighter in every means of being a fighter. Like, I should have expected that. He's doing great. My daughter would be 6 in September. And yeah, that seems like a lot of time, but I'm gonna have someone that's gonna say, your feelings are validated. You have the right to cry. You have the right to hurt 6 years later. I know that in 6 more years, they're gonna give me the same love. When my heart's hurting because she's not gonna get to go to prom, Lord only knows what they'll do at that time, because they are, when I say over the top, I mean with love of, you didn't know you needed something. If it's a small teddy bear that they send you on her birthday, she doesn't have birthday parties, but they don't forget that she should. Grief is hard. There is ups and downs, and I grieve my pregnancy with Mack. As silly as that sounds, I didn't get the last 13 weeks to be pregnant. And I grieve the loss of my daughter, of my kid's sister. And they give me that, Tiff, you got this, use your voice. They really, really encourage you to be a voice for other people. Having a giving heart does help you heal. And that doesn't mean that you're gonna heal and forget. They're going to encourage you to be hopeful not only for yourself, but be hopeful for others, because that will help your heart heal. Love, if you look that up in the dictionary, that would be, On Angel's Wings should be right there. I am thankful for On Angel's Wings because they have given me the opportunity to love my son the way he should be loved, because they allowed me to grieve my daughter. To be able to find them was, at the perfect time, incredible. Can you blow her a kiss?
Want me to kiss?